Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, geeks. I'm doing this Star Wars live stream because, like it said in the crawl, I believe it's called, like for Star Wars fans, that's what they call it. I've, I guess, finally watched all the movies for the first time. And when I say for the first time, I don't literally mean for the first time. Like I've seen like all the prequels. Um, I've seen like little bits of the originals. Like there's I guess some pictures I want to share like later on in the live stream, saying like what parts I've seen and which parts I haven't. Uh, yeah, but yeah, as you can tell, we are watching. Well, we're not watching. We're doing a Star Wars live stream. Uh, I guess a little bit of backstory first. Um, like I said, somewhat for the first time seeing all the Star Wars movies. I did grow up on the prequels, so obviously I did see the prequel movies, like not really when they came out, but when I started to get into like the whole sci-fi and fantasy and that sort of genre of movies. I guess like sci-fi was probably like my first genre type movie that I sort of somewhat got into. Like E.T. being my ultimate favorite movie. Uh, yeah, so sci-fi is always like sort of been a big part of my life. So I'm quite surprised I didn't like watch Star Wars like fucking years and years ago. But yeah, like I said, I grew up on the prequels. Um, with that being said, I didn't actually see the Attack of the Clones until like 2018, I believe it was, when we had when me and my cousin, well, I guess old co-host Leland, had the Geek Union channel. That's why I left this channel for a while. Yeah, I would say that I would have left the channel, but yeah, I'm back. Yay. Um, anyway, where the fuck was I going with this? Yeah, so me and my old co-host Leland had a channel called Geek Union. I did the prequel. Well, I did episode 1 and episode 2 reviews on there, and because like reviews, you have to be able to fucking see the movie to actually put an honest review out there. Let's say. I had to watch the fucking Attack of the Clones, and Attack of the Clones wasn't my favorite prequel movie, but I'll go into that later because I've ranked all the movies. Hello, Disaster Area. Good evening. Yeah, I have ranked all the Star Wars movies from my favorite to least favorite, but I'm gonna do it from my least favorite to favorite because if any of you know me, then you may know that I'm not a huge fan of, I guess, Disney Star Wars right now. Well, I say right now they could bring out some awesome stuff in the future, but time will tell, I guess. Anyway, what should we fucking start with? I got a notepad thing up. I'm going to start off with the spin-offs because I know for a fact there's not going to be much of talking about the spin-offs. Fucking Rogue One. I saw. Well, yeah. Talk about Rogue One first. I don't remember fuck all about the movie apart from the end when it sort of leads into A New Hope. I saw it in theatre or cinema, however you want to say it, with my friend Josh, who has also been featured on the channel and was featured on the Geek Union channel as well. I fell asleep in the movie. This is when I wasn't. I'm still not really, I guess, a fan. Let's say. I guess more like just a casual fan. Yeah, so I will be going through the comments, so just comment wherever you want, as long as preferably about Star Wars. I don't want to go into like Doctor Who is woke or something because I feel like people have been beaten over the head with that sort of stuff. So try and keep this specifically Star Wars, please. But yeah, I only know one person who likes Disney Star Wars. From Disaster Area. I don't think I know anyone who actually likes Disney Star Wars, or maybe I do. Like, I know one of my subscribers. Uh, I'm gonna be touching upon Gina Carano, but I'm not gonna be touching on it like fucking beating people over the head with it, because other YouTubers doing that are doing that anyway. Yeah, I know one of my subscribers. I believe the person still subscribed. What the fuck was I going? Yeah, Gina Carano. I don't want to like put any like words into this person's mouth, but I'm pretty sure the person is kind of on the side of like Lucasfilm for firing Gina Carano. I'm completely the opposite. Like, I did put up a tweet. Hopefully, yes, I did put up a tweet when I like first got into the Mandalorian. I think it was like season 1 time. I think. Yeah, this is the tweet I put up. So I've recently got into the Mandalorian, and I love how badass Cara Dune is. Definitely my favorite character, apart from obviously Baby Yoda. And now I find out that Disney has fired Gina Carano. Like, seriously, WTF, we stand with Gina Carano. # we love Gina Carano. Yeah, so that's kind of my thoughts on that. Like I said, I don't want to beat anyone over the head with like Gina Carano. Like, this isn't the live stream for it. Like, maybe I might do another live stream, like probably touching upon that a little bit more, but like from this point, I don't know what sort of live streams I'll be doing. But I knew this was going to be like the first one, because like I figured, like quite recently I've been somewhat like a binge, let's say, of buying DVDs, as Paul from Sanctuary Geeks would say, buy physical media. Yeah, I've been on like a binge of like buying physical media. Like, I've recently just bought Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like, I've completed my collection of them. I started on The Walking Dead. But yeah, I started getting the Star Wars movies. Like, I guess just because like I said, I wasn't, well, I still aren't, or still am not a Star Wars fan per se. Like, I definitely wouldn't call myself like a diehard fan, and I don't think I ever will. But yeah, I started getting the individual movies, and my cousin Leland had already had the full complete like ones, and yeah, there's that one. So he's like, "Oh yeah, do you fancy like giving me all the individual movies, and I'll give you like the box set? Or would you call it the box set? Yeah, movies, simply because like he's one of the type of people that will get like the spin-offs and the TV shows on DVD or whatever. And obviously, the Clone Wars happens in between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. And if he was to have this, he wouldn't be able to, because you can't put anything between this. So, and it would really bug him. I don't think he actually has OCD, but stuff like that would really piss him off. I guess it would piss me off as well, but I don't see myself ever getting like the Clone Wars on DVD or anything. Like the Mandalorian, I don't think would ever go on DVD, strictly because it's like a streaming service like show. But maybe they will. I don't know. But I guess it's kind of like the whole the Clone Wars, like just because they have like the first 6 seasons on like DVD and whatever, and the 7th season is on Disney Plus, and I think it's strictly for Disney Plus. I don't know whether they'll actually bring out a DVD for that. Leave a comments. Do you like the Clone Wars? Do you have them on DVD? Do you hope that season 7 comes out on DVD? Leave your comments down below, or leave them in the live chat or whatever. Right. So yeah, what the fuck was I going with? Yeah, spin-offs. Right, like I said, I watched Rogue One in the cinema. I fell asleep, so I don't remember anything about it. The only thing I do remember is, like I said, the whole ending to lead up to A New Hope with Darth Vader killing a load of people. Uh, that's literally the only thing I remember about it. Right, Solo. I know a load of people do not like Solo. Maybe it's because The Last Jedi, maybe, or Disaster Harry hasn't seen Clone Wars. Yeah, I'll touch a little bit on Clone Wars in a little bit, like once I touch upon this. But yeah, where the fuck was Solo? Yeah, I don't know if people don't like Solo because of The Last Jedi and it like losing money and all that, or if it is because like how they treated Han Solo and the backstory, like let's say. But I guess that's kind of like the whole thing with why people don't like the prequels. Like I'm pretty sure I mentioned this on one of Paul's like live streams. Sanctuary Geeks, go and subscribe. Uh, you're welcome, Paul, if you're watching. Well, if you will be watching, wherever. Yeah, he thinks that people don't like the prequels simply because of like Anakin or Darth Vader's backstory, and they don't see of like they it's like they envisioned how Darth Vader was before he was Darth Vader. So like however like someone is going to show you how like Darth Vader's backstory, let's say, they're not going to like it. But yeah, but overall, I think Solo was, I guess, an enjoyable movie. I wasn't overly into it, let's say, because, uh, right, let's just say that I wasn't overly into it because Han Solo will always be Harrison Ford. Like, I'm sorry, I know people are going to disagree and say, well, they can't like cast Harrison Ford and like de-age him, but they can, but it'll be weird. Yeah, but to me, like Han Solo, like whoever, how many years down the line they decide to do something with Han Solo again, Han Solo will always be Harrison Ford. Like, I'm sorry. Just like you said in The Crawl, it's all my opinions. So, yeah, go fuck yourselves if you don't like my opinions. Joke. It's 2021. People can joke. Anyway, yeah, so Solo I didn't think was a bad movie, but I can understand why people or don't like it. Whether it's because of the whole Last Jedi or it's because they don't like uh, how Harrison Ford, how Solo's backstory like goes. Let's say. Right. Next up, right. Let's talk about Clone Wars since Disaster Area has never seen Clone Wars. I've only seen 5 episodes of Clone Wars, so I don't think I can touch upon this like a whole lot because I just wouldn't be able to. Like, I'm pretty sure that I on Facebook I made like a shared memory type thing where you share your memories and all that sort of shit about Star Wars and about like I think it was like a picture of like Emperor Palpatine's face and saying, "Oh yeah, the face you make when someone says you haven't seen Star Wars or something like that." Leland was the one who tagged me in it, and he tagged my mate Josh in, who is a massive Star Wars fan. I don't know if he is now because of like The Last Jedi. I will be playing a clip from my mate Josh's the Last Jedi rant. That's was that where Ahsoka comes from. I believe so. I think Ahsoka comes from. Well, I know she's in the Clone Wars. But I'm assuming that's like where she comes from. Let's say, because I don't think apologies for spoilers of the Mandalorian. She shows up like an episode or 2 episodes in the Mandalorian. I won't say like which season just in case, because spoilers or anything and everything. Where the fuck was I going with this? Last Jedi, Josh's channel. Yeah. My mate Josh, I don't know, like I said, whether he's a massive Star Wars fan now because of The Last Jedi, or if he's, I guess, just a fan, let's say, or not a fan, but I guess still likes Star Wars. I guess it's kind of like me with Doctor Who. Like, I don't like Doctor Who now, but I still quite happily watch like the older stuff. So I guess that's kind of like where he is like with me. Maybe, I don't know. I don't ask him these sort of questions. But the amount of times that he said like Star Wars is dead to him, but yeah, he still will happily like play the games, watch the movies. I don't believe he's collected any action figures like since The Last Jedi, I think. But yeah, he'll probably still collect action figures. He still says that he wants his daughter to like get into Star Wars. I wouldn't say get into Star Wars, but Star Wars is going to be one of those movies that he's going to make his daughter watch. So I feel sorry for his daughter when that time comes. Yeah, I will be playing. Well, I might as well play the clip now so I don't fucking forget of Josh's rant on the last Star Wars. Yeah, that makes sense. Right. Right. So I was included in this video because I believe both Leland and Josh wanted me to be in this video. I hadn't seen The Last Jedi like at this point, so I remember like not really saying anything. I remember asking them. Well, I say remember, but I watched this video so I could get this fucking clip. I asked them like many questions, like, "Oh yeah, why is this film so shit if it's like a Star Wars movie? And why do you not like the movie, but it is a Star Wars movie?" But since like me watching The Last Jedi, I completely understand like why where they're coming from and everything. Yeah, so this is some of the video. It's not the whole video, don't worry. It's probably like 50 seconds, maybe a minute long or something. So yeah, let's just have a watch of this.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Budget Yourself. Sorry I haven't uploaded a video in a while. Today I'm going to do a rant on Star Wars The Last Jedi. I have had time to recover from watching the goddamn film, okay? I've had time to process my anger issues on this film. So let's do a review.
And I love how Josh gets so angry that he turns into a Force ghost. Let's continue.
I'm joined today by Leland Button and Malcolm Price, and let's do this review. So yeah, The Last Jedi. It was a good film, don't get me wrong, but
no, it wasn't, Josh.
It wasn't a Star Wars film, okay? Simple reason is because
it was shit.
It was basically crap. Yeah, Rian Johnson, I hate you.
Thing is, wasn't he supposed to be a Star Wars fan anyway?
Yeah! What happened to that?
He realised that he can make more money by screwing us over.
Yeah, basically just by putting Star Wars as the title and getting people to watch it.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what they did with The Last Jedi. It's like, just like fuck it, let's stick like Star Wars in the title, people will watch it. Like, no, well, people did watch it and then they never fucking went back. But yeah, I'll give my thoughts like properly as the video goes on The Last Jedi when I like touch upon the sequel trilogy. Right, The Mandalorian. Let's touch on The Mandalorian because it's the thing that I wouldn't say I have like a massive amount of knowledge on, let's say. Right, so I've seen the 2 seasons of The Mandalorian. Like that picture said, for anyone who's just joined, hello, I'm Malcolm. Yeah, so just like that picture said of the tweet about Gina Carano and me getting into the show and liking Cara Dune as a character, obviously I was extremely pissed off when I found out that I put Disney, but I'm pretty sure it's like Lucasfilm that fired her. I was extremely pissed off with that because not only that she was my favorite character, but I guess she was one of the reasons for me to keep going back. And hopefully, like, hopefully this episode has fucking Gina Carano in. Yeah, disaster area. I'm sorry I haven't been showing these messages about the chat, by the way. I enjoyed The Mandalorian. Yes, The Mandalorian was a very enjoyable show. Like I said, Gina Carano, Cara Dune was one of the reasons for me to keep going back and watching like every episode of The Mandalorian. I know some people just don't like The Mandalorian, which is okay. I know Nerderotic. I'm pretty sure he said that he watched Mandalorian and he just wasn't into it or just wasn't interested, which is completely fine because obviously, like a diehard fan can easily like say, "Oh no, fuck that! I ain't going anywhere near this franchise anymore. I don't care if anything is popular." Let's say, yes, I would definitely agree there. Simply because obviously Ahsoka shows up. Spoilers for everyone about The Mandalorian. Obviously Ahsoka shows up, and if you've seen the Clone Wars, then that's a nice little not really a nod, but a character that you know. But yeah, but that ending to the finale, it is probably my favorite episode, like out of The Mandalorian. I don't remember what the episode is called. I won't even bother looking it up because it's kind of pointless. But yeah, the second season to The Mandalorian was a lot better than the first season. I wouldn't say a lot better, but I guess for me, like not really being like a diehard Star Wars fan, or I guess a fan, I just call myself like a casual fan. It does take me like quite a while to actually like fully get into things, especially like with Star Wars and big established franchises. So yeah, I guess that kind of brings me back somewhat to the Clone Wars. Like I only saw like 5 episodes, so I don't really want to judge like the Clone Wars on anything because it simply just wouldn't be fair. Like from the episodes of the Clone Wars I've seen, it's okay, but I don't think I'd be able to stick through like 7 seasons of it. But Leland did say that, yes, it did have a lot more action, especially with what's his face? The dude from Breaking Bad. I'm just going to call him Gus from Breaking Bad. I don't know I can't remember what his name in The Mandalorian is. If you've seen Breaking Bad, then you know exactly who I'm on about. If not, then it's the villain, but the leader dude. Yeah. Anyway, where the fuck was I going? Yeah, I don't want to. Leland said about the Clone Wars that I'd be missing out on a lot because apparently there's a lot of good storylines in there that are apparently good. Like, no shit. But yeah, like, I guess maybe only time will tell. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. Who knows? Yeah, with the whole cruel thing, I put episode 1, but I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna be doing like another episode of like this, because like once this live stream has ended, I might have said everything about Star Wars that I think I can say. But if I miss anything out, then there might be another one. I generally don't know, but I just put episode 1 just for the fuck of it. Disaster area back again. Are you a fan of the end scene of The Mandalorian? If you're on about season 2, yes, I think because of that, Star Wars does have hope. No pun intended. But just because of how they treated Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi, like, Star Wars can always be saved. Like, if they bring, like, just because like the CGI of Luke Skywalker at the end of The Mandalorian wasn't the greatest, it was still Luke Skywalker in his prime. So it depends on how they go with it. Like, Star Wars can still be saved, and like The Last Jedi could be like set in like an alternate timeline or something. But when it comes to like different timelines in Star Wars, I know there is some, and I know there's like alternate universe. Well, I don't know if to say alternate universes would be the right thing, but obviously like different timelines and like legends, and like I just don't know, and I don't have the knowledge on that sort of shit, so I wouldn't be able to comment on it. But I can only comment on stuff that I've seen. So yeah, but The Mandalorian, I did enjoy The Mandalorian. Like Disaster Area said, the second season, yeah, there you go. The second season is better than the first one. I do agree. I was pissed off, like I said, with the firing of Gina Carano, but what can we do, I guess? Like, now she's working with Daily Wire. I think she is going to take Hollywood by storm. Yes. And Josh is here, who I have mentioned in the stream already. This is the way, which is the way. And Leland is here. I thought Leland was asleep. Maybe he was, but he is here now. Hello, Leland. Yeah, so for all the people that are just joining me, which I believe might just be Leland and Josh, I have discussed the Clone Wars up until like kind of. I've discussed a little bit of The Last Jedi with the rants that Josh did on his channel. What else have I done? I've talked about the spin-offs of like Rogue One and Solo, and how I fell asleep in the cinema watching Rogue One. I think that's all we've covered so far. Right. We talked about the Mandalorian. Right. Which next? I'm going to do favorites and least favorites, because that's usually how my channels and videos end up becoming. When I do like these sort of videos, and oh yeah, my top 10 favorite so-and-so and all this shit. Anyway, if they don't like it, if they don't make any more of it, right, if they don't make any more, it had a natural ending. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Like, with like how they ended, like, I don't know how they're gonna like continue it, because like, yes, you have the Star Wars fans who'll watch it because it's Star Wars and it's still based in the same universe, and then you'll have people like me who, I guess, just watched it first for, I guess, Baby Yoda, maybe, and then like started to like enjoy the show. And then you have people, like I said, like Nerdroid, who just doesn't give a fuck anymore because Star Wars to him has gone down the toilet. But yeah, if it ended there, I would be happy. But then again, I'm just a casual fan. Maybe like Josh or Leland or anyone, maybe they wouldn't be happy of how, like, if that was going to be the show's end, but I'm pretty sure we're going to get a season 3 anyway. So where they go from there, it's up to them. But I don't see it being as popular without Baby Yoda. I guess just my opinion. Right, yes, favorites and least favorites. So I'm going to go with. I picked out 3 like subcategories. Favorite and least favorite character, villain, and droid. Yes. Right. So my favorite character out of all of Star Wars, I'm mainly strictly putting this for the prequels because that's what I know most of. I know me and Leland had like not really a disagreement as such, but we were talking about like my favorite character, and in the originals, my favorite character was played by someone else. A dispute, would you like call it like that? Yeah, but my favorite character is Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm mainly sticking to, like I said, the prequel, so Ewan McGregor. Like I know I said earlier, Leland, fuck Alec Guinness. I was joking, like, but I do prefer like out of the 2 Kenobis, Ewan McGregor's like version. Even though you did say like Ewan McGregor had to live up to Alec Guinness's Obi-Wan Kenobi. But yeah, I guess it's kind of like, no, Josh. No, I will get to that in a minute, actually. Where the fuck was I going? I can't even remember where the fuck I was going with this. Ewan McGregor. I prefer Ewan McGregor's Kenobi to Alec Guinness's Kenobi. Yeah. Right, should I go least favorite character or favorite villain and then background? No, least favorite character. I have a choice between 2. I'm guessing people. I'll read that comment out in a minute. I'm guessing people will know where I'm going with this, with like the least favorite character. But yes, one of my least favorite characters, because I chose 2, kind of cheating, I know, but okay, is Jar Jar Binks. I know I grew up on the prequels. The prequel era is, I guess, my favorite era of Star Wars, like trilogy wise. But you gotta fucking hate Jar Jar Binks. He's just annoying as fuck. I'm sorry, but he is. I know he's made for the kids. I can understand that, but you also gotta have like you're gonna have more adult Star Wars fans than like kid Star Wars fans. So yeah, and it was either Jar Jar Binks or Rose Tico or whatever the fuck her name is. Yeah, I guess it just proves I don't even know her fucking surname. So yeah, she's my one of my least favorite characters. Simply because in the sequel trilogy she did fuck all apart from follow Finn around. Actually, she was introduced in The Last Jedi, wasn't she? Yeah, she just does fuck all. Sorry, Kelly Marie Tran or whatever the fucking name is. But but Rose Tico, I think that's her name, just wasn't a good character. All right. Ewan McGregor had overall better. Plus, he actually enjoyed being in the movie, so that portrayed in his acting. Yeah, like from what I've heard, Alec Guinness like just didn't like. I don't know whether it was didn't like Star Wars or like after the first one, people kept on coming up to him and asking like about Star Wars, which is like I can understand where he's coming from because obviously like at that point in his like career he had been in other things, but like just to be asked about like the same thing, I guess would become somewhat annoying to a point, but you still have to like. I think I like heard. I think maybe like Leland told me this. I think like he told like a fan to go away or like whatever when he like got approached by a fan of Star Wars. Maybe Leland can like confirm or deny this or whatever, or one of you that's in the chat. Yeah, apparently like Alec Guinness like either told like a fan or something to go away and like or don't watch Star Wars again or like something along those lines. Yeah, so I do think there's a line of like appreciating that you have fans of like because you were in Star Wars or something, and there's a certain line of like not being like annoyed to a certain point of saying, "Oh yeah, don't watch fucking Star Wars." Yeah. Jar Jar is life. Jar Jar is love. Jar Jar is life. No, it's Shrek. Fuck Jar Jar. Disaster area. I did a Jar Jar edit of prequels. What is it just going to be like? Yeah, that's what it was. Is it just like, oh yeah, all the times that Jar Jar like appears in the prequels, like that sort of edit, or yes, like say a little bit more about it. Yeah. Nah, he said something like, "I'll sign this for you if you don't want." Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of kind of the same, but not really. It's like I'll sign something instead of like a fan coming up to him and talk about Star Wars and say, "Don't watch Star Wars." Yeah, so it's kind of the same, but I was close. All right, I was close. Yeah. So back to favorites. What did we go up to? Least favorite character, and yeah, so Jar Jar and Rose Tico, what the fuck her name is. Favorite villain and least favorite villain. I know people. Right, okay. So Jar Jar. Right, okay. So I guess that it makes your prequel watching more enjoyable. Disaster area, maybe. Yes, money does talk. Well, money talks though. Yeah, so favorite villain and least favorite villain. I know me and Leland discussed this earlier. And I said, like, if I chose Darth Vader as a favorite villain, that's kind of like a cop-out cheat answer because that's what many people probably would say, like being like their favorite villain and everything. But I actually chose Darth Maul simply because of the fight between Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like I remember seeing that as a kid and like practicing. Like I know many kids do this, and I don't think Leland knows this, but like watching like the Darth Maul fight and obviously having a double-sided lightsaber, I used to get like a big, massive, long stick and pretend to like do all like that sort of shit. So yeah, like reenacting sort of shit from your favorite movies as a kid. Yeah, so I guess that's a little bit of a backstory, somewhat. I know Leland definitely didn't know about this, so you're welcome, I guess. Yes, so my least favorite villain is Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not singing the fucking corner the car. Yeah, so my least favorite villain is Kylo Ren. I guess the main reason why I don't like his character is nothing to do with Adam Driver. I don't hold like any of like the actors or anything like due to like their portrayals of like characters or anything. But I do just think that Kylo Ren is just a rip-off baby version of Darth Vader. I mean, yeah. I'm not even sure what this even means. Like, Malcolm, you like Toad? Like, who and what is Toad? Unless Toad is like an initial for something. Maybe. I don't know. Do it. I kind of did. That's the only part of the song I actually know. Yes. So I do think that Kylo Ren is just like a baby, shitty, crappy, downgraded version to Darth Vader. Favorite droid and least favorite droid. Right. Darth Maul is Toad. Right, okay. So yes, I guess I do like Toad then. Like I don't understand how the fuck he survives, but yes, I like Darth Maul. So yeah, my favorite droid is R2D2. Don't really have a reason why for this, but there's only like 3 main droids from Star Wars no. Like, do tell a lie. There's more droids I know of that's not just 3, but like out of the good guys. Yeah. So R2D2 being my favorites. I guess it's just because like it's like R2D2. Like there's no reason why you wouldn't like R2D2. But my least favorite is C3PO. And there is a reason why you shouldn't like C3PO. Maybe I'm alone in this. I generally don't know. But I cannot fucking stand C3PO because he's a whiny fuck. All he does is whine. Like, I know earlier on I asked Leland, like, what exactly does C3PO do? And like his response is like human something droid, human something dark side. Yeah, basically all C3PO does is just like translate. It's like okay, but R2D2 can like do shit with his like fucking device thing. So I think R2D2 has more of a what's the word, like more of a human cyborg relations, right? Yeah, human cyborg relations. Yeah. I'm trying to think of the fucking word, but I can't remember what the fucking word is. Basically, like, he has more to do than C3PO. Like, C3PO, like, he only translates. Whereas R2D2 actually, like, goes out and does stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure... right, I'm going to share some more pictures right now. I got... Right, it's this one. Right. So I watched... Right. So that's a New Hope watched. C-3PO is so fucking annoying. Right, let's remove that. It's so fucking annoying. Why does he dislike R2-D2 so much? R2-D2 is so much better. Well, it's much better than that whiny shit. Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back later. Then Leland says, I'm hoping Leland is okay with me sharing this comment, but it's kind of late now because, yeah. Pretty sure the actors hated each other in real life as well. So whether, like, if that's true, then okay, but, like, why is C-3PO always, I guess, hating on R2-D2? Like I said, he is much better than that whiny shit, but once again, just my opinion. Disaster area. My favorite character is Chewbacca. Any particular reason? Is that because he looks like badass? Is it because you like him and his and Han Solo's like relationship? What is it about Chewbacca that you love? Is talking? No. Lol. Oh, all right, okay. Well, it's kind of tough shit. I included it anyway. But yeah, like C-3PO, just a whiny shit, and R2-D2 is so much better. That's literally all I can say about that. Right, let's go to favorite and least favorite score. Like, for all of you that don't know, I am a big fan of John Williams. I think his scores are pretty fucking epic. Yeah, but so my favorite score out of all the Star Wars movies is Battle of the Heroes, but specifically, I think that's right. Anakin versus Obi-Wan. That's what it comes up on YouTube as, like, the specific version that I like. Whereas, like, all like the mashups are Imperial March and I think the Force theme may be in there as well. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, the track that's like, or the score that's actually playing well, Anakin and Obi-Wan doing their lightsaber dueling in Revenge of the Sith, rather than the Battle of the Heroes, even though that's like the actual track name, but like the specific like edited mashup type version. Yes. Right, from this for this, my least favorite score, I'm kind of cheating because I don't really have a favorite score, but I just put down on my like notes thing, like anything from the prequel trilogy. To me, none of it is memorable. Maybe it's because I've only seen the films once. I generally do not know. Or maybe just that they're not just like as good as like the Force theme and like the throne room like song score and Imperial March and the Star Wars theme. Maybe they're just not as good as them, or maybe I've only just seen the movies once, so they're not like impactful enough for me to remember them. I generally don't know. But yeah, those are my least and my favorite and least favorite scores of the Star Wars trilogies. Next up, what can be next up? Right. My favorite moments and least favorite moments. Leland did suggest this one, but he suggested it as like favorite moments and least favorite moments from each movie. But I thought that might be like kind of a bit hard because like from right, let's just say like from like Revenge of the Sith, like just using an example. Pretty much all of Revenge of the Sith I like. I don't think like there's nothing coming into mind that I don't like. But there's like, but out of the whole trilogy, there is stuff that I don't like and stuff that I like. So I thought like doing it as like a favorite moments and least favorite moments from like the trilogy, like overall, would be a lot easier than just saying like from the movies. So yeah, so my favorite moment from the original trilogy is when, in A New Hope, when Han ends up fucking off when they're all like going like against each other, is when Han comes back with I believe it's with the Millennium Falcon at that point, and he comes back to help. Like I think that was like a real like a feel good moment of like, and I guess like Han kind of changing his perspective on I guess life, let's say, of not just being like a smuggler, but like helping out the good guys and realizing that it is all for the good and all for the like the good of the galaxy and like all that. So yeah, so Han coming back to help is like somewhere near the end of A New Hope. Is my favorite moment of the original trilogy. My least favorite of the original trilogy. I'm kind of cheating, but I do have like an actual reason for this, and definitely not to downgrade downgrade this moment. But I do think like my reasoning for it does make it like not really a dislike moment, but if I didn't know about this, then it would make it so much more impactful. I guess my least favorite moment of the original trilogy is the identity like reveal of Darth Vader. Like overall, I do love that scene. I think like it is a very iconic scene, and like if you like go into a Star Wars movie and like don't know of that scene or know of that reveal, then I don't know where the fuck you've been all your lives. But that is like the reason why I not overly keen on it. But but because of like pop culture that's like ruined like that moment for me, let's say. But like I said, it's one of the biggest I believe one of the biggest like plot twist reveals in like cinema history, and it does it really fucking well. So fair play to like George Lucas and like the producers and like Mark Hamill and all the people that like made the film and kept it a secret while it was being filmed and until it was like revealed. But I think it is pop culture that kind of like ruins that moment for me, because like say I hadn't like known that, it would make it so much more impactful. I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, I wouldn't have said it like that, but obviously, me knowing about it is like, okay. Yeah, so I knew this was coming up. I knew whereabouts in the movie it was because I knew of this moment. Right, so I'm going to bring up another picture now, which I believe is what I'm actually on about. Here we go. Yes. Right. So that's a Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. Watched. Overall an okay movie, but I did feel like it dragged a little. New Hope seemed to fly by, but not this one. So yeah, there were I'd only seen a few scenes from this one. Luke's training by Yoda, the Darth Vader's true identity. No, I am your father. You know that scene, and Han Solo getting frozen. I don't know what that was. Next up, Star Wars: Return of the Jedi. yeah, just like that. Like there was like a few things I knew about like Empire Strikes Back. But yeah, I think that was the main reason, like pop culture wise, why that the Vader reveal is my least favorite moment. Like not like I said, not to downgrade that moment, but it's because of pop culture that's like it doesn't have that like impact for me, which I wish I kind of had. But yeah, right. My favorite and least favorite moments from the prequel trilogy. Right. My favorite prequel trilogy moment is when Anakin turns to the dark side. And I guess I'm mainly counting this as like the whole like segment type thing. Yeah. Which I guess might have been like my fault, maybe. But I do kind of wish that I like never knew like Darth Vader was fucking like Luke's father, but I'm pretty sure I knew that before watching the prequels. So yeah, Empire is the best Star Wars film. It is a very good movie, but you'll have to stick around to find out what I rank it in my I guess top 9 Star Wars movies like ranking. Right, where the fuck was I? Well, yeah, when Anakin turns to the dark side, it's my favorite part of the prequel trilogy. Meaning like the whole like segment of like Execute Order 66 and Anakin slaughtering the younglings, and like not saying that's a good thing or anything, but like the rise of Darth Vader, like the iconic fucking movie villain, probably more likely of all time. I guess maybe that kind of explains why I like Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire out of like all of them. I guess it may be because like it is a rise of like the ultimate bad guy or the ultimate villain or whatever. Maybe that's why I like Goblet of Fire out of like all the rest of the Harry Potter movies. But yeah, it's very much just like because it's the rise of Darth Vader. Like we all know Darth Vader to be like the ultimate bad guy villain in like cinema history and all that. Like along with like the like let's say like the Joker or someone like, but I think like Darth Vader's more like up there than the Joker. But you know, yeah. So Anakin turned into the dark side being my favorite moment of the prequel trilogy. My least favorite moment of the prequel trilogy, I guess, would probably be the introduction of Jar Jar Binks. I don't remember how exactly that goes, but me hating Jar Jar Binks, it's kind of given anything with Jar Jar Binks. And I did also put like a dash like next to this, like another reason, well, another like least favorite moment. But I will say that, but I only put that because of like not using like in the introduction to Jar Jar was anything from Attack of the Clones. Simply because I've only seen Attack of the Clones once, and I literally remember fuck all about it. Like the only one thing that I do remember is the whole massive like the Jedi and like the troopers like fighting, or no, it was the Jedi and the battle droids, I believe, in like the big arena. That's like the only thing about Attack of the Drones, fuck, Attack of the Clones that I actually remember. So yeah, yeah. Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do? Yes. God love killing those younglings. Not really. So yeah, my least favorite moments / moments. would be like the introduction to Jar Jar Binks and kind of something. I said something because, like I said, the only thing from Attack of the Clones I remember was the big Jedi battle droid fight in the arena type thing. Right. This was, well, the least favorite moment was easy for the sequel trilogy. The favorite moment, like once I thought of it, I was like, oh yeah, that's got to be like the only thing that's bearable about the prequel trilogy, let's say. Right, so I'm gonna go with the least favorite first, simply because when I mentioned it to Leland, I don't know where the fuck I was going with this. Yeah, when I mentioned this to Leland, I don't know if you could see, like, not really how pissed off I was, but I'm sure he would have seen, like why. So my least favorite moment of the sequel trilogy is Luke and Leia's fake reunion. Right, so we have Han Solo and Leia reunite. Awesome. But we don't have like all three of them reunite, or the two fucking siblings reunite before one of them fucking dies. Like, he's become one with the Force. Like, I don't fucking know. And then Carrie Fisher passing away, which obviously none of us could have foreseen. And then her dying in, well, Princess Leia dying in The Rise of Skywalker. Like, the only two that end up fucking actually reuniting was Han and Leia, which, okay. But yeah, my least favorite moment out of the sequel trilogy is Luke and Leia's fake reunion. All right. Which one shall we do now? I think I've only got 1, 2 things I need to discuss now, maybe 3. Right. So my favorite and least favorite lightsaber duels. Leland already knows this, so Leland, don't spoil anything in the comments. My least favorite duel would have to be Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan in A New Hope. Like, I even asked Leland this earlier on before doing this stream a few hours ago or whatever. It's like how old was Alec Guinness in A New Hope, and like how old was Ian, what's his face, the dude who plays the Emperor in Revenge of the Sith? I didn't really want to compare Palpatine's lightsaber skills. Well, Ian, what's his face, the dude who plays Palpatine, like his age and skills, like to represent like how good, and like I didn't want like the age to come into it, and I also kind of wanted to put into understand the reason why they might be like not as good. It's because of like technology they had back in like 1977 compared to like the prequel era and like going forward and shit. But apparently then Leland then said that it was because they were using like glasses, like lightsaber blades, So it kind of yes, thanks for not spoiling it, but that is correct. His favorite lightsaber duel is one of them from one of the Star Wars movies. Yeah, so I didn't. So yeah, apparently, like according to Leland, which he knows a lot more about Star Wars than I do, so I'm just gonna take his word for it. Apparently, they use like glass blades, so it's kind of understandable why the. I don't want to say sloppy as such, but not like as. I don't want to bring into like the prequels. Like compare like the prequel fighting to the sequel fighting, like not putting like technology and like the sort of like like the technology and shit into it, or like the age of Alec Guinness and whoever one was playing fucking Darth Vader. Yeah. Like their age compared to like Ewan McGregor and like Anakin Skywalker or fucking what Ewan McGregor and Anakin Skywalker. Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen. Sorry. Like comparing their ages and yeah. But it's like if you've seen the fucking lightsaber duel, you'll hopefully get where I'm coming from. Yes. Yeah, but when it comes to Star Wars, and I'm actually asking you like a genuine question, I don't usually think, well, I hope the fuck that you wouldn't just say, oh yeah, something just for the fuck of it, just to see if I like take it as like truth. But yeah. And my favorite lightsaber duel of all the Star Wars movies is something from The Last Jedi. No, because apparently they don't have fucking lightsabers in the fucking lightsaber duels in the sequel trilogy. No, my favorite lightsaber duel of all the Star Wars movies is Anakin Skywalker versus Obi-Wan Kenobi in Revenge of the Sith. I guess kind of touching upon like the score side of things as well. I feel like the score really helped with that scene of them, like the two brothers going against each other, like good versus evil type thing, which is pretty much every fucking movie these days. Like, I guess, or maybe it's like every fucking movie ever. Like the good versus evil, and the good always wins. But yeah. Right, yeah, so Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi being my favorite lightsaber duel of all the Star Wars movies. And the score does help with like the action and I wouldn't say the action, but like the impact that the scenes of, or the scene, wherever, of, like the lightsaber sequence, dual fucking sequence, that has a big part of like the score and like the two brothers, which we like built up like a relationship with since like episode 1, technically more in like episode 2 and then episode 3, obviously. Or well, in between episode 1 and episode 2, up until like the moment that Anakin becomes Darth Vader. Yeah. Yes, the brother versus brother, both going at it. Anakin thinking he's doing the good thing, and Obi-Wan knowing he's not doing the good thing. Like Obi-Wan Kenobi says, his allegiance is to the Republic, to democracy, and Anakin just wants to basically rule the galaxy and make things how he wants them to be, which yeah. Right. Any last things before I go into my ranking of the Star Wars movies from my least favorite to my favorite? Is there any more pictures that I need to show? All right, so that was the first one that I did. About to watch Star Wars: A New Hope for the first time. Wish me luck. Right, yes. There is one that I missed out, which I need to read out. I'm going to turn my Actually, is there a way to... No, okay. Right. I'm just going to do it like this, because if I remove myself from the stream, I don't think you can hear me. So, yeah. So I have a thought about Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Right. Rey is a Palpatine. She shot lightning from out of her fingers. I believe only Sith can do that, or am I wrong? I now know that this is true, that I believe only Sith can do this. She can heal with her power of the Force, which, by the way, what the fuck? Which is fucking stupid. Did I actually go quiet? Leland, let me know. So does this mean Palpatine was telling Anakin the truth in Episode 3 when he told him the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise? If this is true, then no one in Star Wars is at risk of dying, so the excitement is all for nothing. Or is it Rey can heal people using the power of the Force because she has unlimited power within the Force? Like, it's nothing that we've seen before. Can someone deny or confirm this thought? So yeah, like, the whole Rey being a Palpatine is just fucking stupid as fuck. Like, I know Leland and Josh once, like, many times stated that it would have been a lot better if she was like a Kenobi or something, or I think that was one of their theories before. I think it was before The Last Jedi or after The Last Jedi. I generally don't remember, but I'm pretty sure that was one of their theories, that that Rey was a Kenobi, not obviously a fucking Palpatine. But yes. Hello, Autumn Sword. I think you're a new person. I'm not 100% sure. But hey, y'all. Hello. Welcome to the channel. I am Malcolm, if you don't know. Yes, so... yeah, those were the only pictures I needed to show, I believe. Also, while I forget, I did forget about this earlier, so... yeah. I did buy this, like, a few years ago, I believe, and it don't even fucking work. Like, I don't know why. I grew up on, like, getting these. I've been peeping your vids. Right. I have to get back to work. We'll check the stream later when it's uploaded. Thank you, Autumn Sword. And I've been peeping your vids. Very cool. Yes, I'm not 100% sure on what I'm going to be doing with this channel now that Geek Union is over. I did have a couple of thoughts, but I'm not entirely sure if I actually want to do them. Simply because it's kind of like the same thing as we were doing on the Geek Union channel line. I just got, like, lost the passion for it, which was like reacting to TV shows, but I was going to do, like, more reacting to movies. But like I said, I lost the passion for, like, editing those sort of videos, so it took a toll on me, let's say. So yeah, it doesn't even work. I grew up on, like, playing these games on the Xbox, and really disappointed it didn't fucking work. I'm gonna have to get like a new one at some point, and I'll definitely have to get Battlefront 2, obviously for the Xbox, because that's the only like old console like around about that time that I actually have. I don't have the PS2. I do have the PS1 though. But yeah, I'm very disappointed that that game like didn't even fucking work. I was like, oh yes, I'm gonna play this fucking game now, and it just didn't fucking work. I was like, oh god damn it. Anyway, I think that's everything we got to talk about. Now time for the rankings of the Star Wars movies, once again, in my opinion. All right. So starting with number 9, like my least favorite now. Just get them on Steam. Oh, right. You know that right. It depends, because I'm more used to like, unless they're like controller compatibility like confirmed shit. Awesome. I've ordered the D&D mini. Right. Yes. Yeah, so me and the boys have started to play D&D for the first time. So, well, me and Leland have been playing for the first time. We got another session on Tuesday, so it should be fun. Yeah, so my least favorite Star Wars movie is The Last Jedi. I know this may come as like an obvious choice to most people. Overall, it really wasn't a fucking good movie. I don't care what Josh and Leland said. I think it was just Josh that said it was a good movie, but it's not a Star Wars movie. Okay, The Last Jedi was not a good movie. I don't care if it's like not a Star Wars movie. Just in general, it wasn't a fucking good movie. It was fucking all over the place, and it makes it even worse that it was a Star Wars movie. Like putting the name, like the brand of Star Wars on that movie is a fucking disgrace. And I know I'm talking like a fucking die-hard fan now, but it is a really fucking crap movie. I don't remember fuck all about it, apart from Luke and Leia's fake reunion. I got fake reunion. It's all over the fucking place. Right, yeah. So number 9, least favorite movie, The Last Jedi. Number 8 is The Rise of Skywalker. I do feel like quite sorry for J.J. Abrams, like for The Rise of Skywalker, because like he set up stuff in The Force Awakens, and then obviously that gets thrown out the window for from Rian Johnson. Yeah, I do feel sorry for Jar Jar Abrams. I'm watching too many of the Fandom Menace videos. J.J. Abrams, or Jar Jar fucking Abrams, yeah, fucking whatever. He's a fucking dick anyway. Yes, like The Rise of Skywalker wasn't as bad as The Last Jedi, but it was still, let's say, a bad movie. Like, it was okay, but it was like, yeah, okay, it was just meh. Okay, that's just my reasoning. Like, the overall judgment of The Rise of Skywalker is just meh. Okay, all right. Number 7 is The Force Awakens. Now, The Force Awakens, in my opinion, was an okay movie, but it was an okay movie for the bad reason. Well, for like the bad reasons. And Leland will know where I'm going with this. I'm pretty sure Josh may know as well. The Force Awakens was a bad movie. Well, was an okay movie, but for the bad reason, because it was pretty much a rehash of A New Hope. Like it just was. Like, I don't know if I still have another picture. I did put something out there. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. I did put something about. Okay, maybe I don't have it. About J.J. Abrams, like not being creative or something. Maybe I just didn't fucking screenshot it. But yeah, like I knew her. The Force Awakens being a rehash of A New Hope is like, in A New Hope they're trying to get plans to the Death Star. In The Force Awakens, like pretty much the majority of it, they're trying to get the location or a map or something to Luke Skywalker. It's exactly the fucking same. It's just rehashed. So it's an okay movie, but for the bad reasons. Okay? Right. Number 6. Attack of the Clones. Right, this is so far down somewhat. Like I've already said in the live stream, I don't remember hardly anything about Attack of the Clones, so I can't put it any higher. Like I can't put it like as number 2 if I don't remember hardly anything about it. So yeah, number 6, I believe it was number 6, is Attack of the Clones. Number 5 is A Phantom Menace. It's in the middle somewhere because of Jar Jar Binks and how fucking annoying he is. But overall, it is an enjoyable movie. Probably not from like original Star Wars fans, but by bringing in a new audience for like a new era, who hasn't like seen Star Wars before, it is like an enjoyable movie. So I gotta give George Lucas like props for that, I guess. Yeah. Number 4, Return of the Jedi. What can I say about Return of the Jedi? It's pretty much just how it all ends. Like, pretty sure, like, no one knowing that there was going to be like prequel trilogies and fucking sequel trilogies, and just how like the last movie of the trilogy ended. I would have been quite happy if they ended there. I don't know if I would have like got into Star Wars then, but it's because of the prequel trilogy that I, let's say, got into Star Wars. But maybe I might have like come across it and watched it, kind of like if like Doctor Who had never come back, I more likely would have like found out. I more likely would have like found out about like Doctor Who and Star Wars, and then more likely would have gone back to watch them. And yeah, right, Malcolm, let me know if you want me to pop in for a little bit. It's entirely up to you. I mean, you got to pull yourself out of a chair. You got to talk into the mic. Yeah, it's entirely up to you. If you want to come in, like, I didn't include you in this live stream because like you're not doing YouTube videos much anymore, but like if you want to, then come on. Yeah. Hopefully in a minute you'll see Leland coming through the door. And yeah. Right, yeah, it's just how it all ended. Like I would have been perfectly happy if Return of the Jedi was like the last Star Wars movie and they never like brought out any prequels. But like I said, like if it wasn't for the prequels, I may or may not, well, I wouldn't have seen Star Wars when I did, but I might have gone back to see Star Wars simply because like being like a sci-fi fan and all that sort of shit. Anyway, number 3 is Empire Strikes Back. Psych. Psych as in what? As in like you're not coming in, you're not doing Star Wars, you're not doing YouTube videos anymore, like what? I don't know. But it's entirely up to you. If you want to fucking come in, you come in. If you don't, that's fine. It won't be long before I end the stream anyway, because I almost finished of everything I pretty much need to say. Yeah, so number 3, The Empire Strikes Back. Overall, I did enjoy this movie. I know people say that this is their favorite out of the original trilogy. Like, I know Disaster Area said earlier that let's see if I can get this up, or is it just like already past? Oh no. Let me just see if I can find it. Chewbacca, yes. There we go. Empire is the best Star Wars film. So yeah, I know people know like and think that Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars film of the original trilogy. Okay, rightio. But yeah, in my opinion, like I said in like one of the pictures, I think I felt like it dragged on a little. I believe it's that one. Yeah, I felt like it dragged on a little. Whereas like A New Hope seemed to like fly by. Like, yes, obviously the movie was like 10 or 15 minutes longer than A New Hope, but yeah, and I do understand and see like why people think that like this is a very good movie, simply because like it is the second movie of a trilogy, and usually like after the first movie, then it kind of not really dwindles. Well, I guess dwindles, yeah. I don't think you see many like good like sequels of like movies or anything. So yeah, but overall, I did enjoy The Empire Strikes Back. But yeah, it is number 3 on my list of rankings of the Star Wars movies. Right. Number 2 is A New Hope. Simply because I did really enjoy that movie. Like I said, my favorite moment from it was when Han Solo came back to help them fight. And that was like a real feel-good moment. The start of something fucking massive, because let's face it, if like whether Star Wars is in the fucking bin right now, it did start something like phenomenal, like guaranteed. Well, no one knows how something is going to go until like you put it out in the audience and put it out into the public and see how it's like received. Like, obviously George Lucas didn't see Star Wars become like a big massive fucking phenomenon that it became. So yeah, fair dues. Like there's got to be a reason for Star Wars to become as big as it was, and the whole reason why it became the big as it was because of the very first movie, A New Hope. I mean, the character relationships and character developments like through the trilogy is awesome. Like the score, like who the fuck can beat John Williams when it comes to like sci-fi and all those like 80s and 70s and like those sort of scores. I mean, there's people that come close, but in my opinion, like John Williams is like the ultimate. I don't want to say the god because yeah. But yeah, that was number 2, A New Hope. So if you know yes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard that too, that A New Hope was like made as a standalone. But then obviously Empire made it like a part of a trilogy. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did hear that. So even if like A New Hope was like solely a standalone, I can understand why they made it into a trilogy or multiple movies, simply because like of how popular and how like Star Wars actually became like after A New Hope. So yeah, you got to give it to like George Lucas creating Star Wars and obviously making A New Hope as good. And maybe as popular as it was or is. And yeah. Right. So if you know your Star Wars movies, then you should know, by all the ones I've said so far, you should know what my number one spot is. That is Star Wars: The Revenge of the Sith, or Revenge of the Sith, whatever. I'm trying to not put nostalgia into this, because obviously nostalgia is going to play a big part in like rankings of like favorite movies or whatever. But I don't believe that I saw Revenge of the Sith like as soon as it came out. I think I probably saw it like 2007, 2006, 2007, I believe. Whereas like Phantom Menace was like the first Star Wars movie that I saw, and I saw it like when I was like 6 or 7. So obviously nostalgia is gonna play like a big part in like choices and rankings and everything. Right. Revenge of the Sith. Like I said about Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, I now know why I like that movie so much, apart from like Cedric Diggory getting killed. And like I said, I've already stated it in the live stream already, but I like Revenge of the Sith. It's because it's the rise of a villain. Like, pretty much. Like, it's the... Like, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire is the actual true time that Voldemort comes back to power, let's say. But he gets resurrected. With spoilers for all the people that fucking haven't seen Harry Potter, but yeah, it's been out for fucking decades. Well, not decades, but it's been out for fucking years. Yes. Right. Disaster area. It says, talks about A New Hope. A New Hope was the easiest to make as a standalone film. Yeah, because like with like multiple movies, you have to have like a story outline of where you want the story to go, where there's like, well, whereas a standalone, you can just like make it like all revolve around in just that movie. So yeah, obviously making a standalone movie would be a lot easier than like making a trilogy of like a sequel of movies, or a trilogy, or like a franchise and all that. So yeah, obviously like a standalone movie would be a lot easier to make than like a franchise, trilogy, sequel, all that sort of shit. Yeah, so the reason Revenge of the Sith is my favorite. My throat was getting dry. Yeah, so the reason Revenge of the Sith is my favorite is simply because, like, nostalgia out of the fucking way. It's because it's the rise of like Darth Vader. Like one of the, I guess, like I said in my favorite moments is Anakin turning to the dark side. Like I said with my favorite lightsaber duel, Anakin and Obi-Wan in Revenge of the Sith. The Battle of the Heroes School, over the top with them, well, Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting like I said, brother versus brother, good versus evil. Yeah, I think that's mainly the reason why I like Revenge of the Sith so much. Is simply because it's like the rise of evil, or the rise of the bad guys, let's say, because I'm more of a villain type favorable person, and not like, because like how the fuck can I put this, and where the fuck was I know where I was going, but I'm trying to think of how I can put this and make it like as clear as possible. Like, you always know that the good guys is going to win. It's like, that's just a given. But it's what makes awesome villains, what makes villains awesome is like their story to become villains, or how they make the situations go throughout the movie, or throughout the franchise, or throughout the trilogy, sequel, whatever. Yes. Right. Yeah, so that is the reason why I like Revenge of the Sith as a movie. Star Wars movie, yes, a fucking awesome one. But like I said, I'm not a diehard fan, so I haven't seen like Star Wars Rebels. I haven't played all the fucking games. Yes, exactly. The Journey to the Dark Side, yes. Yeah, like, I haven't played all the games. I don't think I'll ever consider myself a diehard fan. Like, if anything, probably would be like a casual fan. Yes, I will go out and buy the DVDs, simply because I have a collection, and I'm the type of person that if I have a collection and I don't have one of the movies, it's going to piss me off. It's kind of like what I said with Leland, with like these. Actually, no, it'd be like that. Simply because, like, if he was to get like the Clone Wars on DVD, the Clone Wars happen in between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, and it would piss him off because you can't put anything in between that. It's just not possible. But yes, Leland can come into the room now if he wants to. That is my rankings of my ranking of all the Star Wars movies. Yes. Hopefully he'll come in, because I literally have nothing else to say. My girlfriend is in the chat. Hello. I don't know if she still is, but hello. Yes. I'm lost for words. I don't know what else to say. I'm just waiting for Leland to walk in now. And yeah, I'm just wait. I don't want to shout because I don't want the microphone to pick up so much of my voice, and the camera is adjusting. Yeah, how has this live stream turned out? Has it turned out okay? I was very fucking. There he is. You can just see him right there. He's waving. Yeah, how did this live stream turn out? Because I was very nervous about doing a live stream again, because it's been a while since I've done a live stream, and especially a live stream on my own. So yeah, let me know how this live stream went. I can't even get the chat. Yeah, just let me know how this live stream went. There he is. There's Leland. He hasn't been on the scene for a while.
I think the only correct response to joining in is saying hello there.
It sounds clear and looks good. Thank you. Has my
no one cares, Josh.
Has my speech come along good? It was good. It's hard to keep talking on your own for 2 hours. Yes, I was aiming to get this live stream done for an hour and a half, 2 hours or something. So I think I've done pretty good. I was nervous as fuck to do this live stream because, like I said, I haven't done a live stream in quite a while. I have been on live streams since doing a live stream, but it's completely different from being on live streams than hosting your own live stream and being on your own. So
yeah, because you don't have to talk too much.
Yes,
you could just be in a distance, you're
right just now. Relying on other people to talk.
Yeah.
I mean, the last live stream I did on my own was the Lost one, which was okay, but it was a lot to talk about.
It was okay, but it wasn't a live stream, okay?
And then the live stream before that was Breaking Bad, which was fucking horrendous. That was a bad one because that was my first one that I did on my own. Like Breaking Bad is like a whole series is a very good series. But
then you had the
then
you had the TV audio and Ed in the background.
Yeah, it's like it's like green. Yeah, that was my fault though.
It was cringe. You even had a couple of comments saying, "What the fuck is this shit?" Let me get in a bit fucking more.
Kind of.
I'm just joining one of those half-face selfies.
So yeah, that was my Star Wars live stream. Have you got anything to?
No, I just thought I'd pop in
just about Star Wars.
Just about Star Wars.
I don't know if you watched like the beginning of the stream, but I did say
no. I missed the first half.
I don't want to fucking.
I missed the first half hour because I was asleep.
Yeah, so I was right then. Yeah, like I said at the very beginning, I didn't want the stream to be like, oh yeah, fucking woke this, woke that.
You just didn't want it to be Doctor Who this, Doctor Who that.
I mean, I've mentioned Doctor Who like maybe once or twice, but not saying, oh yeah, it's fucking woke as fuck. Fuck this shit.
Fuck this shit. I'm out there.
Practice always helps. Yes, it does.
I was thinking something. There's a couple of comments that had me
baffled.
Not baffled.
Was it from Disaster Area?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it was the New Hope one, the easiest to make us. No,
was it that one?
Yes, it was that one. It wasn't made as a standalone movie.
I thought it was.
Not a New Hope as we think of it. Originally, it was going to be the entire trilogy all in one movie. But someone said to George Lucas, they were like, "Oh yeah, that's going to be one long ass fucking movie. So you need to break it down a bit." So basically, what he did was he just split into 3 movies. So he always had the trilogy in mind.
So technically, it is right, but it's like not right.
Not as we know it today. It's not right because it wasn't.
But like think like Star Wars is like just a New Hope.
It wasn't made as a standalone movie as what it is today. From the moment it started to, I think it was the moment the Death Star got destroyed. Originally, it was going to be the entire 3 movies in one.
Well, that'd been like fucking like 6 hours, like over 6 hours. Like
I think A New Hope was like an hour and a half.
A New Hope is like fucking hour 50 minutes or hour 59 minutes or something. And Empire Strikes Back was like a little over 2 hours.
A little over 2 hours, and then Return of the Jedi then
was like fucking hour 15, 2 hours 15 or something, or around about the same length.
No, I think the first 3 movies was at least 2 hours long each. Because I think it wasn't until the prequels came out that they had more longer movies. I think. But as A New Hope that we know today, it wasn't made as a standalone. Because originally it was going to be the 3 movies in one. If it not made any money, yeah, probably it would have been a standalone movie. But that's the best part about the fact that there was no internet at the time. And what annoys me is how everyone's saying, originals are the best trilogy. There was no hate for those movies. There was no hate for those movies because you did not see no hate for those movies because there was no such thing as social media.
It's all mouth to mouth and shit.
Yeah.
Like there must have been fucking like dislike for
there was
part of a fucking
there was dislikes for those movies. But like I said, without the internet and without social media, you're not gonna fully be aware. You would have to look at things like I guess you would have to look at things like newspapers and stuff like
that. Yeah. But even then, it's like it's possibly one person's perspective of like a movie or fucking whatever.
You was talking about how you like movies where the villains win.
Well, it's very rare, but it would be nice to finally see a movie.
Personally,
that sees a fucking villain win. It's not always the fucking good guy.
I know it's not Star Wars related, but it's still geek related and it's still owned by Disney.
Marvel?
Yeah, if you were to watch a Marvel movie, like with the Avengers,
Right.
like the from like Iron Man 1 to Endgame. I personally think that your favorite would be Infinity War. Because technically, despite the fact the spoilers, even though it's been out for like 4 years now, obviously a few heroes survive the clap, the
Continue what you said.
yeah, obviously a few heroes survived that, but a lot of heroes died. A lot of people died. It was like half the universe died. So obviously, by that logic, you would have the villains winning that movie.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much the same as Revenge of the Sith, where the Jedi who died apart from like 2.
Yeah, but it's all like, because obviously for a fact it wasn't going to end on Infinity War.
Oh, of course it wasn't going to end on Infinity War.
Exactly. So there was always going to be the thing of the bad guys losing.
You obviously had the original trilogy of Star Wars, so you knew that the good guys were going to win it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's pointless. I don't think there's ever been a movie
that there fucking must be, but
where villains have won, whether it's a standalone movie or if it's a trilogy or a prequel and a sequel.
Yeah,
I don't think there's been any movies where the bad guys have won the entire thing. It was just called. It was originally just called Star Wars, not Episode 4, when released to cinema.
Yeah, you and Josh were talking about that fucking like a while back.
Yeah, that's because I think
it's like, oh yeah, when did it become like
George
Episode
Lucas
4
was thinking about doing prequels at that point, but he was more focused on the 3 originals.
Yeah.
But the only reason we refer to it as Episode 4 now is because of the prequels.
Yeah. Like would it have been like fucking Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 3, and then if the prequels like came out but they weren't actually prequels, that would be Episode 4, 5, 6, and then the shitty sequels 7, 8, and 9.
Thing is, I'm not entirely sure. Do they even establish that the movies are episodes in the actual names? Or is that just something that fans do?
One.
Yeah, but do they establish this episode?
What, in like the crawl and shit?
In anything?
I'm pretty sure.
Do they say it's like, for example, The Phantom Menace, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace? Do they do that? Or is it just Star Wars, The Phantom Menace? And it's just us as fans.
The Nelson Mandela effect.
Or is it just us as fans that's done it?
I generally don't know. Like, maybe the fucking fans started it, and then they thought, oh yeah, that's a good idea, so we'll do it. I don't fucking know.
I remember, I think it was Josh I was talking to, or it might have been you, where I was like, when the fuck did they start referring to Star Wars movies as episodes? Was it in 2005, or was it before that? Because it would have had to be during the prequel trilogy era.
Yeah.
That they started referring to Episode 4 as Episode 4. Well, A New Hope as Episode 4.
Yeah.
And more to the point, did we know that there was going to be a trilogy of prequels? Because obviously I can't say, oh yeah, that is correct or that is incorrect, because I wasn't even old enough, I guess, to
know that sort of.
Yeah, because by the time that The Phantom Menace came out, I was like fucking 4, something like that.
Yeah.
Chose to make Episode 4 as the easiest one to make as a standalone movie. Don't mind me, I got it, you back. Yeah, you need to move. He's like, I just moved.
Yeah, you just.
How did you be right here?
You chose to make Episode 4 as, well, I'm guessing it's the easiest one to make.
First.
He chose to make Episode 4 first.
A New Hope.
Yeah, I know. As easiest one to make as a standalone.
The thing is, when you think of it, I don't think of it as a standalone movie. And I don't think it would work as a standalone movie because of the way it was done. Because when you think of a good versus evil, You think evil dies. The good has won.
Yeah.
Darth Vader didn't die.
Yeah, I know, but they also beat the fucking.
Yeah, but then you would have people be like, "Oh, what happened to Darth Vader? Where did he go? Is he still alive?"
Then they'd have like another movie, like a Darth Vader movie.
But then it wouldn't be a standalone movie then, because it would have a prequel or a sequel.
Yeah. They first had names with Empire.
Yeah, because originally it was just Star Wars, wasn't it?
Yeah. Which was the only made because of the success of
the sex of the first one.
The sex of the first one.
Sex of the first one.
Yeah, obviously they're gonna like if something makes a fuckload of money, they're obviously gonna make more of it to make more money. Even though they won't be making more money because they'll be putting the money that they make from the first one into the second one to make the second one better, but they still bet more money back.
Yeah, but then you get profit. So then you put that profit or some of that profit into another movie.
Yeah,
and you're still making money because you're not using the entire thing plus more. The entire profit plus more.
Here we go. Message from Josh. I thought they would have continued with Luke's story after Return of the Jedi. Well, as like the prequel like trilogy being like a new part of Luke's story, or like just like Star Wars,
or is he on about the sequels?
Yeah, I'm guessing he's on about the prequels because he said after Return of the Jedi. Right. Do you mean this as in like the air date? Like
release date or chronological date?
Yeah.
Speaking out, forever hold your peace.
I mean, if he's actually like going with like chronological date, I mean, you could say like fucking the Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
Would be like the next thing of his story. Because we don't know.
So chronological. So episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then Luke's story.
Right. So
chronological, not release.
Right. So get like the Mandalorian.
So it's like sequels. So he thought they would have continued Luke's story after Return of the Jedi in the form of the sequels. I'm assuming that's what you mean, Josh. And if that's the case, then
joke's on you.
Yeah, psych bitches. I'm glad that they didn't. I'm not happy how they did it, but I'm glad that they didn't have it all about Luke. Because as much as I hate the sequels, and I know people who hate the sequels as much as I do and still agrees with what I'm about to say, and that is, despite the fact that the sequels are so shit, they did bring in new fans. Despite the fact that the fans are brain dead morons.
Yes.
Sequels before prequels.
Yeah. Thing is, was it fucking Luke's story though, or was it Darth Vader's story?
It was Luke's.
Because obviously
Darth Vader's story was the prequels. The sequels is Rey's story.
Fuck Rey.
Or was it Kylo Ren's story? I don't know. I don't fucking know at this point.
No, we just don't fucking care about the sequel to know whose fucking story it is.
Or was it Rose Tico's story?
Yeah, she doesn't get introduced until fucking The Last Jedi, but it's her story. Fuck it.
Imagine if George had done the sequels at a simpler time.
I mean, I was going to say in this stream that he did, like I know for a fact that he had like fucking story outlines of how he wanted the story to go. Like, when talking fucking Kathleen Kennedy, and like I think it's even just before as he fucking sold it to like Disney and shit. So
and they're like, ha, psych.
Yeah, psych.
Fuck you, bitches.
So we'll never fucking know how the story would have gone.
I feel like the only problem with it now is if George Lucas came up and said, "Oh, this is how I would have done it," and Disney and all would have him down for slander.
Yeah, because it belonged to fucking Disney. Like he does still have somewhat like rights to it because he was the one who created Star Wars.
He doesn't though. He has no rights to it now whatsoever.
Thing is, I thought he does. I thought he has rights to the original characters.
No.
Like why in fucking like Mandalorian and shit are like characters created by fucking George Lucas if he has no rights to it?
Because they were created by him.
Exactly. So he
doesn't have the rights to them, but they were created by him.
Then why? Then if he has
they can't say created by Disney because it wasn't created by Disney.
And not to mention like.
If they didn't give him credit, then he could sue them because they were still his creation. Star Wars is still his creation. If they wanted to, they can go back and change shit about certain characters because they now.
But then again, not to mention if.
But the
George
characters
Lucas
were written and created by George Lucas.
Then again, if George Lucas was to sue Disney, he wouldn't stand a fucking chance.
Of course he doesn't. Simply
because Disney is too fucking big for their fucking shoes. Anyway, that's all I've got to say. Is that all you've got to say? It's nearly fucking 2 hours, so I think I've done pretty well. And Josh has to go now, so.
You don't gotta go nowhere, Josh. You stay here until we decide for you to go.
Yeah, he gave his outlines to Disney, and they never used them, so he got kind of screwed.
He got shafted.
But yeah, that's all I got to say. Is that everything from you? Have you anything to add?
Yes, a certain someone is going to be annoyed at you.
I know exactly who, and I'm not going to mention it because of respect and shit.
Yeah. And you know exactly what I'm referring to.
I know exactly what you're referring to.
You know who and what I'm referring to.
Yes, and why.
It's like Captain Jack was created by RTD. Wait, who was it, wasn't
he? Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway, that was my live stream.
Q&A.
No, I'm not doing a fucking Q&A. That was my live stream. Like I said, during this live stream, I don't remember whereabouts. I'm not entirely sure what my next live stream is going to be.
Doctor Who?
No, more likely not.
Can it be something new?
Depends on what I think about.
Watch the Marvel movies and do a live stream on them. Bear in mind, there's a lot of Marvel movies.
Exactly. Yeah, depending on how well this live stream went, I might watch through it again, maybe. And I'll put up highlights of my favorite moments or favorite bits of the movie. The live
Anything
stream.
that I'm in.
No. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you, Gigs, for stopping by, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye. The Ki from Leland.